So today's video is just going to be a standard video with a little twist. I am going to be testing the new camera, DJI Action 2. Just now we're filming from the GoPro Hero 10, and we will be jumping to and fro between these cameras throughout the day, but we're predominantly going to focus on the Action 2. This is the first camera that's kind of lured me away from GoPros over the years. There's been a few attempts, but a lot of them just kind of failed in basic ways. But this thing seems to be good. I've done a few just kind of random tests with it to see how it compares, and it seems to be pretty good. One key thing that's good about this is just the way that it simply clips on and off. So that's already a plus over the GoPro, where I'd have to take the whole chin off. So yeah, most of today is going to be from here, looking like this. And then the chest shots are going to be from the GoPro. If you see the GoPro in the shot, the DJI is filming. If you see the DJI in the shot, the GoPro is filming there, and so on and so forth. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go ride bikes. So there we go. This is the first bit of footage you're going to see from the Action 2. Oh, I'm going to look down Glen Etive here, which is pretty stunning. You can see that it's all quite frosty. We're heading up a path called the Lerrig Eild. We're heading over towards Glencoe, but we're probably going to get to the shoulder up here, or the Bialach, and come back down this way. But don't really know what we're doing, but we know we're going to be riding something. Let's head up. So one thing that the DJI has over the GoPro is it actually has an even wider lens, this being the ultra wide. But as I pan round, that is hugely distorted, and I don't think that that's going to be usable. Now this is just the standard wide. There's a bit of distortion to it, but I think for general bike riding it will be fine. Yeah, this is the option. There is a D-warp, which is the equivalent of linear on GoPro, but that's too cropped in and not usable for POV. I think this one, just standard wide, is the compromise. Easing out. Yeah, to the can. Makes the sense. Might be a good bit icier down this side. Yeah. Oh, it does look a bit dangerous. Alright, did we make the right call then?
I think we did, because that looks icy as, eh?
Yeah. This is only one part of the camera. This is the main camera. There's no ports or anything on it, just one button. In order to do the full functionality, you need the power unit. I just went for the basic power unit. You can get a screen as well, but I don't see the point. But if I connect those up together, that's automatically going to start charging the camera back up. And if you look here, you can tap, drag down, and I can transfer the files from the internal storage into the SD card. And I've got 13 clips. It's going to start transferring that now. I've done a few tests on it, and it charges up. It transfers the files about 3.5 times real-time speed. So if you got like 15 minutes worth of footage, it'll be like 4.5–5 minutes to transfer it over. But in that time, it's also charging it up as well. So I thought that was going to be a deal breaker before. It's only got 22.4 gigabytes of storage in the camera, but it transfers that quick. You naturally stop through the day, and it charges the camera back up as well. So I'll see what the battery says. I should have looked at what the battery percentage was before I charged it up, but it's too late for that now. So there we go. That took slightly longer than I expected. I didn't time it, but it was fine. We are still nowhere near ready to go yet, and it transferred the files, and now we're sitting at 90% battery. Oh, now it's powering off. 91% battery and 68% on the power unit itself. You should get about 180 minutes of film time out it in one go, which is pretty good. I'm going to let Pierce go out front. Normally we'd say for entertainment purposes, but today it's for safety for me. I don't want to be hitting him. We'll be stopping at a couple of points and changing settings and maybe positions of the cameras and that as well. It's not really going to be a fair test because the Hero 10 is on the chest in a hyper smooth boost mode, so more stabilisation, more crop, and obviously we've got my natural gimbal off my head supporting the DJI. But you should be able to get an idea. The dynamic range will still get tested, stabilisation will still get tested to different levels, colours, exposures, and all the good stuff. Oh! My. Oh, it's your brakes that are making that squeaky noise. Yep. If you're new to the channel, this is a flow trail in Scotland. By flow, I mean water. So this video is about the DJI, but the Hero 10 has also had an update. Seems to have got some reliability back. There's less chance of it clipping the highlights, as in the sun shouldn't be blowing out too much. So it's in my little bit of testing outside the house. Oh, it does seem to have improved. Oh.
It's best to get over this here.
Right, time to change some settings. Okay, now we're in that pretty warped ultra wide field of view on the DJI. Now I'll keep it full width for a wee while and just see how nauseating it is, and then at some point on the trail I'll cut it, I'll just crop in a bit and just see if I can get it to look as good as wide. Right, so this will definitely be a pretty immersive view, but at what cost? I just think it's a bit too crazy. I never thought I'd be asking for a slightly narrower field of view in an action camera, but I think that's what the Action 2 might need. Okay, right, now I'll crop it in a touch until I feel that it's a good compromise between width and usability. How is that looking? Is that better or worse than just the standard wide? Woo! I've not even seen this bit. This is all new to me. I know I have seen this bit, but there'll come a point where I missed it all because I went up the wrong side. Whoa! Oh, right up the jacksie. Okay, now we're on the chin with the GoPro. That's my standard go-to. We're on hyper smooth standard, not boost. Boost is only for the chest. The DJI Action 2 is on the chest, and we have it in ultra wide. It might look like we're riding terrible, which we are, but this is also very slidey. A lot of this is only just thawed out in the sun. The sun takes a while to come out and doesn't stay out for very long either. We're only 2 days away from the shortest day of the year, or the longest night, which I don't know what sounds more depressing.
you doing all night?
Fuck all. Waiting for daylight. Oh, jeez. Oh. Pretty wet. So now that it's getting a bit wet, it's worth noting the hydrophobic coating. Oh, my goodness me. Mate, I thought you were going straight out the front door. Anyway, before Pierce rudely interrupted me with nearly ending himself, I was saying about the hydrophobic coating on the GoPro Hero 10 lens, and it really is good. Something the DJI doesn't have. In fact, the DJI doesn't even have a replaceable lens, so that could definitely be an issue. Other things to note are the... oh wait a minute, let me check. Yep, the wind cover's off the DJI, but I'm sure you heard DJI earlier on. It's only got one mic on the actual camera unit itself. The GoPro has 3, and the GoPro in general has pretty damn good audio. Although I've been pretty impressed with the DJI. It's an uncomplicated audio. It doesn't jump from one mic to the other, it just makes sure that that one mic gets good coverage. So hopefully you've heard that earlier. Get up, get up. Yes. Whew. Well, we got... oh, Jesus. We've got ourselves some tech. There we go.
Hello darkness, goodbye sun.
Okay, so now both the cameras are out the heavily backlit scene, so should be very different.
Here we go.
A bit like ourselves. Yes, I will tackle this and it will...
It's going to be a lot slippier now.
Yeah. Oh, now you let me go in front. Oh yeah, see this bit you haven't seen, Andrew, and it's guaranteed to be slippery as fuck. Oh. Oh. She's greased up alright. Oh. Wow. It's good though, it's working. Right, the DJI should be coming into its own here. That ultra wide on the chest will definitely be the best way to show this off. Holy shit. Oh. Oh. Oh my. No, that's too much. I'll lose my bike in there. Looking for pedal catchers in here. Okay. Extremely shitty. This can't be it. Oh no, it is. See the style over the deer fence there. That'll do. What a joke. Didn't finish very strong, did it? So mixed results on the actual riding today, but yeah, actually I have no idea how the camera's performed. Hopefully the DJI has proved itself to be at least a good companion for the GoPro. If not, that's a real shame, but there's certainly some qualities to it. Everything on auto settings just seems to work really well. The colours are very natural, the sharpness is slightly too sharp but nowhere near as bad as GoPro. The metering mode for exposure is really good, the white balance is really good. The only thing I can see being a problem is is the wide angle not being quite tall enough, field of view, and then the ultra wide just being a bit too warped. Maybe they can make some improvements over software, especially for the try and de-warp the ultra wide. Other than that, you guys just let me know what you think. If I thought anything noteworthy, I would have put it on the screen as I edit, but from what I've seen up to this point, it looks really good. So let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys agree and we can kind of keep using it in some way on the channel in the next few years. Ciao.
I got caught between a rock and a hard foot.
You got caught between everything.
Yeah, it really stopped me.